BookTube! It's Missy, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my weekly wrap-up for week 21 and then my overall monthly wrap-up for May. This is being recorded on my webcam. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Let me know down below what you think about me recording from my computer desk. I know that my books aren't in the background, but this is a little bit more comfortable, and hopefully you can see the lighting is okay. Sometimes I don't want to set up all of the lights and my tripod and my phone in order to make a quick video, and so hopefully this is okay. So the first book that I read, well, the book that I read last week, which was week 21, was a graphic novel, and that is Sculptor by Scott McCloud. I requested this from First Second Publishing, and they sent it to me, so thank you very much. I believe it was Gina who sent it to me, so thank you, thank you. I really did enjoy this graphic novel. I gave it 4 stars. I would compare this to kind of like A Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, only because the main character is so egocentric. Like, he thinks everything should be, around him. He wants, to have the limelight. He wants to be center of attention. And so he chooses to trade his life with death for 200 days of, like, the best art he could possibly ever make, ever, before he dies. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So the main character's name is David Smith, and he is down in the dumps. He used to be a prodigy, like mega sculptor. He was super popular. He had all of his sculptures in all the galleries in New York. And one day he decides that he's going to be cocky and like totally embarrass and talk shit to the guy, the head honcho of the art world in New York. And the guy is the one who started David in this whole arena, you know what I mean? Like, David was a nobody until this guy pulled him out of high school and was like, here, you're going to be famous. And so with David being like, well, I don't need you anymore, the guy decides, well, you know what? Fine, you're not going to be famous anymore, and tells everybody, any kind of dealers, buyers, any gallery that was going to house his sculptures, nobody wants to touch him anymore because he is like the scum of the art world. So it's his birthday. He's, wallowing in self-pity, and his Uncle Harry shows up at this restaurant and says, hey, how's it going? And David's having this conversation with him and then realizes, wait, you're dead. And so come to find out, this is actually death wearing his uncle's skin, and he, gives him this opportunity. Hey, if you want to be this famous, artist that you've been dying to be, I will trade you. I'll give you this power where you can create anything you want with your bare hands, but in 200 days you have to die. And so David's like, whatever, I am not anything without my art. And so you can kind of take this book 2 ways. It's very sappy and super self-absorbed, and David makes these promises to himself and to his father, and I mean, that's the reason why he's so interested in becoming this famous artist, because he told his dad before his dad died that he was going to be. And so that's like a sweet kind of thing, where he's like, I need to fulfill this dream, this promise that I told my father. But on the other hand, he doesn't do it in the right way. And so throughout this entire book, you go on this journey with him for the last 200 days of his life, trying to create art that's meaningful and that isn't fake. And, what is the meaning? Why are we here? And is it worth, dropping your life, all of your loved ones, to become famous and create art that, someone may or may not buy and want to save? And on top of a whole, like, comparison with The Picture of Dorian Gray, I also got a sense of The Fault in Our Stars. What does she say? Hazel Grace tells Augustus Waters, she says, you know, I don't like the fact that you feel like your life is meaningless unless people remember you. And that's what I think that David Smith is trying to do here. He wants people to remember him for some odd reason, but eventually no one will remember even, you know, the first president or whatever. The whole world will end and nothing will matter. So you should live your life to the fullest now and don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. And that's what I got out of it. And so I give it 4 stars. I did like it. It took me a day to read. If you haven't read The Sculptor, I definitely would. The pictures are so breathtaking, and I could have spent my whole day just, you know, looking at the pictures. They're very intricate, very detailed. I actually want to kind of go back through the book and just stare at all the pictures instead of reading the story, because I was going through it really quickly just to get through the plot. But I definitely want to go back through and actually look at all of the detail and all of the pictures. It paints a very beautiful scene of New York and its cityscape, and like the little things that there are. And I'm not from New York, so I don't know if these cafes or if, you know, these different areas are real and Scott was drawing them, you know, from what he has seen. So that would be interesting to know if these places are, you know, legit and everything else. Really, really liked it, and that's that. The rest of the books that I'm going to talk about, I've already done reviews for on this channel. I will leave all the links down below if you want to watch those mini reviews. So from the rest of this video, I'm just going to, you know, name off the books that I read. So we have Sweet Evil and Sweet Peril. I listened to both of these on audio. I got them from Overdrive, the library app that you can, you know, go into any Android app store, whatever you use. I personally use the Amazon app store to get all my apps, but, you know, you might have Google Play or whatever. And you just type in Overdrive, and then you download it onto your phone, and then you go onto your library website and you download Overdrive from there. And then you can sync up your library information and then get library books, either ebooks or audio, on your phone, which is such a super, you know, awesome convenience for me because I like to listen to my books while I drive to and from work. So those first 2 books are by Wendy Higgins. I really, really enjoyed them. They're paranormal, about the sins, you know, like lust and gluttony and envy and wrath and all those things. It's about the sinners and their children and how the children have to work for the parents. Really, really good. I love Anna. I just love this entire series. It's just so fun to read. So I cannot wait to get the 3rd and final book in the series, which hopefully I can get to sometime in June. The next audiobook that I listened to was Sanctum by Sarah Fine. This is another paranormal book about a girl who has to try and help her best friend Nadia. And I think her name is, I always forget her name. Nadia is an easy name for me to remember. I don't know why. Anyways, the main character is trying to help Nadia, but Nadia doesn't know that she needs help. And it's this whole awesome world, and I don't want to talk about it because it'll spoil it, but I cannot wait to get to Fractured, which is the sequel of Sanctum. And so hopefully maybe in June I can listen to that as well. We also have the 3 graphic novels that are in the same series that I read, and that is Morning Glories Volume, that's Volume 2. Here we go. Morning Glories Volume 1, Morning Glories Volume 2, and Morning Glories Volume 3. This is a very strange psychological thriller with like some kind of superhuman aspects to it. All these new high school / freshman college students, I can't tell if they're seniors in high school or freshmen in college, but they all end up going to this Morning Glories Academy. They have something special about them that they don't know that they have, but that the teachers know that they have, and they are trying to brainwash them to be a part of something that I still haven't figured out. Like I said in my video, which I, again, will leave the links down below, it has something to do with Socrates' The Cave reference and the difference between reality, whether you see it through shadows or whether you see it, you know, out in the real world. Very strange. I think there's 7 or 8 volumes in this series, and I just absolutely cannot wait to get to the rest of them. Spencer, Yzma, and Esquijo are the authors and illustrators of this series. And the very last book, the very last book that I read in May was 6 Feet Over It by Jennifer Longo. I think I told you guys I gave this 4 stars. I did. I gave it 4 stars, and it's just about this girl. It's a dark contemporary. So she's got like depression. Her sister had cancer. Her parents make them move. They're still in California, but they make them move like inland to this graveyard where the dad thinks that he's going to get lots of money. It's a good investment, and she ends up having to deal with her depression and the depression of people who come in to buy plots for their loved ones, either, you know, for the future or for the present. And it's a lot of feelings in this book. Lots of feels. She has to go through a lot of emotions. Lee is her name. So you just go with Lee on her emotional journey from, you know, when she becomes depressed and how she gets over it. I really liked it. If you like, you know, contemporaries, I would definitely check it out. I don't read a lot of contemporaries, but I did enjoy this one. All right, so that was 1, 2, 3. I read 4 novels and then 4 graphic novels, so 8 in total. That's not too bad. I am currently reading The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison with Penelope over at Penelope Picks and Keely over at Bibliophile's Journey. We're all around the same page. I'm on 125. They're a little bit, a couple pages behind me, but I do want to continue and finish this book by the end of June. I also still need to read Undertow. I've been awful with this book. I really haven't picked it up. I know it's, I hope it's going to be good. I just need to pick it up. I've just been slacking on the reading. I am also listening to The End of Days, which is the 3rd and final book of the Penryn End of Days series by Susan E. And on Thursday, I will be getting 10 or 11 new releases from my library. I haven't done that in a while, and I shouldn't be doing it, but I will be doing a library book haul, hopefully Thursday or Friday, to share with you guys, you know, what I picked up from the bookmobile. And that's it. I'm going to try to make this, well, it's already 13 minutes long. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you like the webcam. I don't know if I'll be doing this all the time, but I do like the fact that I can pick up my phone and kind of show you guys stuff on the phone as well as showing the books without having to like try to reach for them on the ground or up on my bed. But the background's kind of ugly, so I don't know. You can't ever win. I don't know. I just didn't want to put up all the lights. It takes so long. And then putting them all away takes me forever. That's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.